everyone, my name's Carly Blask, and I'll be speaking to you about the many things you can do with video conferencing in your classroom.
What is video conferencing? Video conferencing is the act of interacting with a person or group of people live through the use of a computer, webcam, and microphone. There are many different apps that can help you do this, but some of the more common free ways to do this is through the use of Google Hangouts, Skype, or Zoom. Video conferencing can connect a plethora of different people in different positions in the educational community. For example, it can connect teachers to students, teachers to parents, teachers to teachers, students to students, and also students and teachers to different types of experts. One way video conferencing connects teachers to students is through the use of virtual office hours. Oftentimes, students struggle to remember details of an assignment or a lesson. A teacher can remedy this by setting up office hours virtually before, during, or after school. This is a time when students can dial into a video call using one of the three apps mentioned before and ask questions or for clarification during these hours. Another benefit of video conferencing in the classroom is the ability to connect teachers to parents. Many teachers, especially those in middle and upper grades, can have up to 180 students across 6 different classes. This makes it extremely difficult to meet with every parent of every student that you teach. It's even more difficult if these students are bused to the school. Virtual parent-teacher conferences save time and efficiency, allowing the teacher to schedule meetings one right after the other. You can meet parents from your home as long as both parties have a device and internet connection. Because the availability of Google Hangouts and Skype is free, you can have the same personal and candid meetings with parents as you would in the classroom.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me online.
Of course. Good afternoon. Thanks for saving me a trip coming down to school. I appreciate it.
Hey, that's the idea. But I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about Anthony Jr. He's been doing extremely well in my class, although I'm a little bit concerned about a few missing assignments he has.
Video conferencing also connects teachers to teachers. One way it does this is as a tool for collaboration. Teachers are busy people, and every minute is precious. Much time is wasted leaving your classroom and traveling to a different location for a meeting. Video conferencing assists in saving time and energy for every individual. Apps like Google Hangouts for Teachers can simplify the load by providing more time allotment for discussion and scheduling. This application can be easily downloaded onto your device like an iPad or a Chromebook and can communicate instantly with your departments by creating a circle of friends. Another way video conferencing connects teachers to teachers is through virtual classroom visits. Video conferencing can perform as a virtual classroom tool for teacher development. Teachers could volunteer to have their devices like iPads set up in the classroom for the purpose of recording, and also other groups of teachers could examine the lesson in actual time and discuss with each other about it while it's ongoing. Obviously, the recording teacher would have to turn off the speakers on their iPads so that the students would not hear their discussion. New teachers get the opportunity to ask questions of the other observers while it's happening. Skilled teachers could divert their concentration to outstanding strategies and point out the finer particulars. The best part of all is that the video is not recorded. Therefore, there's no messing with tapes or any worry about video being uploaded to YouTube and about confidentiality or FERPA. One of the best things about using video conferencing to connect teachers to teachers as a professional development tool is the fact that it allows for flexibility, not only as an app, but as in you as a teacher. Video conferencing as a tool can be used for communication, association, and competency, while at the same time reducing time and energy. It's not necessary for all these discussions to be performed during the day. They could be done at home during evening hours and on weekends when things are a bit further matured, rested, and ready. After school hours is usually not the right time to expect teachers to be at their best, since they seem to be exhausted, and justly so. Google Hangouts or Skype for Teachers permit teachers additional time for becoming flexible. One of my favorite things about video conferencing is that it can connect students to students and figuratively knock down classroom walls. This can be done through connected classrooms. This is when you as a teacher partner with another teacher in a classroom in another city, state, or even country, depending on how ambitious you want to be. You can find classrooms to partner with on Connected Classroom workshops on Google+. You can do things like a day-long lesson together, or you can go as far as to complete an entire unit project together. You can even find templates for projects online using a simple Google search. Through my Google search, I found about 7 different complete templates, which included things like a topic to discuss, as well as essential questions and learning goals. And it sets up the lesson completely for you if you find the right template. Some examples were having your students find cures for hunger, world hunger, zero waste, figuring out how to eliminate waste from both of your areas, and then also affordable and clean energy for all. Another way to connect students to students is by the use of mystery hangouts or mystery Skype meetings. This is when 2 teachers from schools across the country or even the world pair up ahead of time and schedule a hangout. The Mystery Hangout community on Google Plus is a great source for finding partner classrooms. Just post a message to the community letting them know your grade level and availability, and more often than not, you will get a response. Mystery Hangouts can be run in a number of ways, but the most basic form is like a big game of 20 questions. Teachers find a partner class, and the classes take turns asking or answering yes or no questions designed to help the class narrow down where the class is located, and the first class to find the other wins. Sometimes students need to find the state of the partner class, and other times the students will locate the city of the partner class. That all depends on how much time you have. It's much more challenging and time-consuming to locate the city. However, if you're partnering with a class in your same state, you'd want to find the city. If there's time at the end, you can ask about the class's culture and their lifestyle at the location that you've discovered. Some benefits of connected classrooms and mystery hangouts include exposing your students to different perspectives and cultures that they may not have experienced ever before in your life. Mystery hangouts and connected classrooms also allow students to practice several of the 4 C's of Common Core as they communicate, collaborate, and think critically. They may also have to use their creativity if they come across an issue that requires out-of-the-box thinking. Every student is engaged in this type of activity. They are on task, they stick to their roles, and they're determined to be the first to find the other class. Students work together to maintain the forward movement of the game, and depending on the grade level, they collaborate on adjusting their questions if necessary. The more calls the students participate in, the better they get at thinking critically in order to ask the right questions to narrow the location down quickly. When students create presentations about their city or state and write reflections at the end of the call, they are also working on their grade level writing standards. Turn the reflective writing into blog posts, and students are then working towards even more of the Common Core standards for writing. Video conferencing is also great for connecting your students to experts. It isn't always easy to find qualified speakers, and when you do, there are often scheduling challenges. In today's world of technology, it is possible to bring in amazing guest speakers through virtual means. You can video chat with anyone who has an internet connection and webcam or smartphone. These services are not difficult to set up and use, so don't let the fact that it's technology scare you off. A virtual guest speaker can be facilitated just like a live guest speaker. Instead of standing in the classroom, you're using a computer and projecting them onto the TV or screen. You can even allow your students to ask questions just like a live class. You might ask, where do I find these guest speakers? You can really find them anywhere. Keep in mind that many of these speakers are professionals and may require a fee, but then again, some of them may be willing to speak for about 30 minutes to give back to the industry and support the future generation of professionals. Additionally, every educator in your school has a connection to someone that would make an amazing guest speaker for your students. Simply ask if they'd be willing to spend 30 minutes to an hour speaking with your students. It doesn't hurt to ask. And lastly, you can connect students to experts through the use of virtual field trips. This is when you use video conferencing to lead a field trip with a live guide through places like museums, zoos, parks, and any other place that might enhance the lesson that you're teaching at the time. Virtual field trips allow you to travel around the world with no passport. And like I said before, you have a live guide that you can ask questions and clarification and get more details on things that you're interested in. These can have little to no cost at all because your students are physically sitting in the classroom and you don't have to pay for admission for them to go to these places.
With virtual field trips, your students can visit places like White River National Park in Colorado. Or maybe in the Rocky Mountains. The Great Plains of Nebraska.
Or see a show in downtown Minneapolis.
Or tour a Christmas tree farm in northern Illinois.
Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I hope you have some great ideas on how to implement video conferencing with your students.